Hey there, tennis fans. I'm Grace Carter, and this is Tennis Now, presented by Tennis Express. Tennis Express, order today, and it ships today. Martina Navratilova is offering context and clarity to her stance in an ongoing transgender in sport controversy. Now, last time we told you about some backlash from people in the LGBT community after Martina wrote a Sunday Times column stating that it's insane and it's cheating for transgender women to compete in women's sports. Athlete Ally, an LGBT support group aiming to end homophobia and transphobia in sport, dropped Martina from its advisory board in response. It said Martina Navratilova's recent comments on trans athletes are transphobic based on a false understanding of science and data and perpetuate dangerous myths that lead to the ongoing targeting of trans people through discriminatory laws, hateful stereotypes, and disproportionate violence. The group says that it approached Navratilova in December to engage in a dialogue on the issue and claims it never heard back from the tennis legend. In a blog post on her website, martinanavratilova.com, the Hall of Famer delivered detail to her position. First, she clarified her use of the word cheating, saying she's not branding all transgender athletes as cheaters. Rather, she is arguing that athletes who temporarily change their genders to gain a competitive advantage are cheating, and says current rules allow that to happen. Secondly, she says the aim must be to make women's sport as inclusive and as fair as possible, while noting if everyone was included, women's sports as we know them would cease to exist. Now, in our last report, we cited the International Olympic Committee rule on transgender eligibility. Martina questions the legitimacy of that Olympic rule. She says she was told the rule was decided with no input from scientists and took all of 30 minutes of consideration to create. And she says the rule was then amended nearly 3 years later, but on what basis? Now, the last time we talked about this story, a lot of you offered very strong opinions. As always, we appreciate your feedback. While some advocate a separate transgender tennis category, Martina does not. Martina says it would be a big mistake for women's tennis to be broken up into too many categories. Male and female, juniors, seniors, and veterans, able-bodied and wheelchair seems enough to me, she says, certainly at the top level. Martina says she is aiming to create fair play and a debate centering on scientific evidence rather than name-calling. Martina says the foundation of her argument is that men have certain inherent physiological advantages over women that can diminish but do not disappear with sex reassignment surgery. In Navratilova's view, it is impossible to create a level playing field to ensure that women who have transitioned from men have the same level of physical capability they would have had if they had been born female. The 62-year-old concluded her essay providing links to research and science supporting her point of view and urging fair play. A lot of studies that we've read cite the need for more research on this issue. So has this ongoing debate altered your view of transgender women competing in women's tennis? We'd like to hear from you. That's a wrap for now, everybody. I'm Grace Carter. See you next time here on Tennis Now.